So honestly, one of the first things I think about when I think about Suburban is big. Which leads me to the first point of why I bought this vehicle. The amount of space that I have in this thing for people, for me, for everything else. Oh yeah, check it out. I added some mud flaps to it too, so it looks good. But yeah, I mean, look at all the space I have in here. That is a ton of space. There's just an incredible amount of space, even for the passenger. And with my seat all the way back, the second row still has plenty of place to sit. There's plenty of space to sit. Keep in mind, I'm 5'10", and I can sit comfortably here. Like, I can stretch out. I'm leaned back right now, and my knees aren't like pushing into this seat. They're just resting there. I've got plenty of space. That's with this all the way back. With that up, there's even more space. So, yeah, and then behind these seats, there's space for the third row. Oh, I don't know why this is down. There, that's all the space you get for the third row, which is honestly impressive for a 2005 three-row SUV. Got some stuff back here, don't worry about that. But, yeah, plenty of room for everyone to sit. And it's nice. Let me go over to the passenger side, show you what I'm talking about over there, too. In a lot of cars, the passenger side, you don't get much space because that center console sticks out. Here, you get all this space. And the only thing that would hinder you is that little AC box right there. But it really doesn't. Look at all that space. And you got plenty of space over here to just stretch out. It's really nice. Got the oh shit handle. So yeah, let's move on to my next reason why I own a Chevy Suburban at age 17. Okay, so the next reason, which I pretty much already showed you, is passenger load. I mean, I'm 17 years old and I got this when I was 16. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm in show choir. I got a lot of friends. I have a girlfriend. I still have the same girlfriend, so it's working out well. I need a vehicle with a lot of seating. Driver's seat, passenger seat, there's 2. Bench seat in the middle, there's 5. And then 3 in the back. That's 8. I can take 8 people in this Suburban. And this will, if this lasts me long enough, I can start a family in this thing. And I'll have plenty of space to do whatever I need with. Plus, the nice thing about having the passengers is this thing's loaded with features. I mean, well, it's not loaded like the LTZ was, but I have the base model, at least not the work trim, but the base model for like normal street vehicles. Got 2 cup holders here, although I wouldn't recommend anything but a couple cans because it doesn't hold anything other than that, really, to be frankly honest. It's a nice armrest too when you're sitting here. Actually, let me just crawl in and show you real quick. Here I am, sitting comfortably with my arm on the thing, got my drink right here. And if that's not enough, you got 2 more drink holders down here. And these ones do hold really well. So, that's good. And then back there, you got a drink holder on that side and a drink holder on that side. So people here can drink as well. There's a little cubby for whatever else you need. And some back there as well. I got my roadside assistance kit right there. So yeah, I can haul 8 people in this thing, including myself. And it's quite comfortable for long road trips. We actually took this to Michigan. When was the last time you went on a family road trip and you took the teens vehicle, huh? That's what we did, because, I mean, this was the only thing that could fit all 6 of us and comfortably pack all of our stuff in the back. Which leads me to my next point. My next point is hauling and cargo space. What's great about this Suburban is there's plenty of places to put things. It's really nice. You can put stuff up here. It's got a big old roof rack on it. You can haul stuff for days. Strap it down up here. Have your camping bins, whatever you need to haul. Some weather strip in there, falling off. And then back here's another story too. I mean, look at this. That's a lot of cargo space. I mean, I can't even reach the third row from standing right here. That is plenty of cargo space. And if it's truly not, this seat lays down. So now you've got more space to stack things up on top of that seat. And if that's not enough, the seat folds up as well. So now you've got all this space in here. That's where the seat was. There's some stuff under it, don't mind that. And if that's not enough, you can do one more step. Now you can remove that entire third row and you've got all that space back there. Those fold down to make a flat cargo floor. And here's the kicker. It gets even better if you need to haul even more than that. You can lay the second row down too and look at all that space. You have to put whatever you need. You can put 2x4s, you can put drywall, you can put anything you need back here. And if it's just you and the wife on a vacation, then you've got all this space to either put a bed, which I've done in here before. I've set up a bed in here and it's comfortable. You guys should go watch that video. It's called Camping in a Chevy Suburban. Or Chevy Suburban camping. But yeah, just look at all the space in this thing. It's incredible. But also going along with the hauling aspect, got a hitch on there too. And these Suburbans here, 2005, let's see, this is a 1500, 2005 LS. This can haul about 7,500 pounds. And if you get the 2500s, well, those can haul a lot more. But still, I didn't need a 2500. They're worse on gas than this is, and this is already bad enough on gas. So there's that. Now, moving on to my next point. The next reason is simply just a preference thing. All through my childhood, I was eyeballing Tahoes, and I would say to my mother, I want one of those, and she said, you won't want something that big by then. And then I started to like the Suburbans too, which are even bigger than the Tahoes. And when one popped up in my city, I figured I was gonna go check it out, so I did, and yeah, here it is. So, yeah, I mean, one of the main reasons I bought this is because I always wanted a Tahoe or a Suburban as my daily driver. And then of course you guys know, or if you're new, you don't know, I've got this 69 C10, this GMC C10 custom. It's my second driver. It's kind of like my toy right now, my work truck, and it's a clapped out piece of shit, but I love this thing. It's been in the duct tape's hot, Jesus Christ. It's been in the family for 42 years now, so yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was always checking these out as a kid, and I got one. Stuck to my word on that one. Another big thing that I love about these Suburbans is how smooth it is going down the road. A lot of people like their trucks to have stiff suspension and they want to feel everything. Well, this thing soaks everything up. It feels like you're driving a car, but you're driving a big truck SUV type thing. And it's really nice. I'm pretty sure this one has auto ride in it. I think it has auto ride suspension. But yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing I'm going to talk about real quick in this clip. What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah. This thing's old school. I wanted something old school. You know? Hop in here. Don't mind the daddy sticker. Sorry, it's a really hot day, guys. Drink holders up here as well. Plenty of storage in here. Got my pink fuzzy dice. Cigarette lighter. 12 volt. Or you could just use that as another phone charger. But I like to keep the originality. I don't smoke. I have no reason to. But if anyone ever wants to, it's there. This was my main point of this. Since it's old school, I can keep my cassettes and my CDs in here, and CD player, cassette player. Currently this is an auxiliary port. If you guys didn't know, you can buy cassette tapes that have an auxiliary port in them. So that's what I use my cassette deck for mainly. If not, listen to some Norwegian black metal. And if not that, I'm using my CD player. But yeah, going on with the Suburban. By the way, don't mind, a couple of the gauges don't work right. It's whatever. I already changed the engine oil, they just didn't reset the sensor when they did it. Absolutely no warning lights. These gauges still work, they're just off. Now, what I want to talk about now, since this thing is now up and running, is the reliability of these Suburbans and Tahoes and Yukons and Yukon XLs, whatever you drive. Or if you're gonna get one of these, you can get any one of those if you're going for an SUV. Yukon, Yukon XL, Suburban, and Tahoe, they are all the same. These 5.3s are built to last, and they do. So I figured if I could find one with low enough mileage, I should get one. And when this one popped up in my town, I don't know if you saw the, I got another horn mounted right there too. I don't know if you saw the mileage when I first started this up, but for an 05, this had 111,338 miles on it when I bought it. And now it only has almost 126,000. And I've had no major issues with this so far. You know, it'll nickel dime you here and there, but then it's got a big crack in the windshield. But other than that, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with this Suburban. And at 4L, oh gosh, what is it, 4L60? 4L60 trans, I believe, is in this thing. With the 5.3 liter Vortec V8. Absolutely incredible. I replaced the battery, I want to say a few months ago. The belts only squeak when it's wet. I mean, but for almost 18 years, this thing is in great condition. And it's got some rust, but that's why I put the mud flaps on, is to prevent that rust from spreading any more than it already has. I mean, I got some here, got some down there. Got some back here, got a little bit up here, a lot down there, and a little bit there too. But those mud flaps are supposed to keep these areas safe. And there's some bubbling down there as well, so the less dirt that gets kicked up, the better. Alright, moving on to one of the final reasons why I bought this Suburban here. Honestly, I'm not like most others. I don't want the leather seats. I want the cloth seats, because that leads me to my next point. Comfort. I mean, these seats just, they squish. You get in and your butt just sinks down, and it's super comfortable. And these back, they're very supportive, but they're very soft at the same time. And they've got these built-in armrests that I use every single time I drive. You just put them down, lay your arm there, and this gets even more squishy then because there's not an armrest behind it. These armrests are kind of hard, but they're squishy too. Just all around squish, and they're super comfortable if you're into that. Amazing. And every one of these seats is like that. They're all squishy and comfortable, unlike new hard seats and all that. And I don't know, I just prefer this. Not only that, but this has, you know, all the supports you could ever need. And parking brake doesn't work, but that's not the point. The point is, if all this stuff does work, it'll make you a good, reliable vehicle. the reason I'm in here now is to talk about styling. Now, I'll move to the outside in a minute, but the styling of the Suburban has always been simplistic. You know, up until they started making the plastic bullshit ones. But, I mean, look, you get all your window controls over here, your mirror control, your mirror flip, your pedal control, and your locks. What else could you need? And then over here, you got your trailer button, volume and seek for the radio, settings and stuff for your, just the other stuff. OnStar, very simple cluster here for the radio. You get your little storage thing. I got my ring cleaner right here, and cassette, CD, sunglasses, maybe wallet, I'm not sure, but I keep my wallet there, and sometimes my phone, drink holders. It's just very simple, and it's nice. You get 2 driver's side vents, 2 passenger side vents, plenty of ventilation. Just imagine those two or where those two are. Look at that gauge setup. It's simple and easy to read. RPM, speedometer, your oil pressure, gas gauge, battery. It's not all complicated. It's not a fucking screen is what I'm getting at. Horn works. Not a problem. And it's only got 126,000 miles on it. Like, really, this is a great vehicle. And I would definitely encourage you to go out and get one before vehicles get even more expensive than they already are. You could get one in as good, well, better shape than mine, because obviously mine's got a few issues. Same year, same mileage for probably 6 to 8 grand right now if you're looking hard. And these are good vehicles. You know, the styling all the way back is simplistic. You get a few lights, you get climate control. Well, you get climate control for the front, dual climate control in 2005, so that's pretty cool. And then you got rear climate control up here, and if you're a passenger, up here. And I think the reason they put rear climate control up here as well is if your kids are too small, you can do it manually up here, but if you put it on auxiliary, they can do it back here, and they've got the same setup back there. So you get lights and vents all the way back. Little storage compartments here and there. Very simple. They didn't have to make it complicated. And sticking with the simplicity, I mean, look at this outside. It is just a rounded off truck body closed off into an SUV. It's round, but it's still somewhat square, like the previous generation of Suburban. Very simple. You know, you get your little rivets here and there, but you don't have all these weird ass fucking body lines like the newer vehicles have, and that stuff is just unattractive. This, to me, very simplistic. You get the little moldings down there, and that's about it. It's very simple. The back is rounded off. I'm doing my best to not show my license plate. But yeah, I mean, it's just simple, and it's nice. Exhaust. And yeah, and the last reason why I bought this Chevy Suburban is because I was always raised as a GM person. I've got GM loyalty. I mean, I drive 2 GM vehicles. I've got a Suburban and I've got a C10. I was always raised GM, and that's how I'm going to keep it throughout my life. I don't know if you'll ever see me buy a Ford, but yeah. I would definitely strongly encourage you to go out and buy one of these old Suburbans. Honestly, any of them from 73 to 06 are going to be the most reliable ones you could get. If you want a square body, you're going to be paying a lot more. Honestly, you're going to be paying a little bit less for a 90s one. And for these 2000 to 2006s, I already told you the price range for that. Go out and get yourself one of these. And honestly, the gas mileage isn't horrible either. You get about 15 in this on a good day, which isn't that bad at all. I mean, that truck gets 8 right there. So if you can survive 15 miles a gallon, great family SUV, great starter car. It's pretty much great for anything, as I've mentioned in this video. So if you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more Suburban videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Rock on.